Hello lawn mowing people. Today I'm going to talk about how to choose the best leaf blower for your business. Now a suitable leaf blower is an extremely important piece of equipment for your business. It's a tool that you use to finish off the job and make the place look good. But when you start looking at blowers, there are so many different options available. So how do you choose the best leaf blower for your business? Now this will depend on exactly what you do in your business and the size of the jobs that you're doing. In other words, how do you intend to use the blower? In a standard lawn mowing business, the original reason for buying a blower is to tidy up the job when you're finished. When you do the weed eating and the mowing, you will find that you leave a lot of small little pieces of grass on the footpaths and on the driveways. And this is what you use the blower to clean up. So the place looks nice when the customer gets home from work. If you're pushed or if you're starting on a budget, you can do this kind of small job with a weed eater tipped on its side. When I started mowing lawns about 30 years ago, they didn't even have blowers, and everybody did all this kind of work with weed eater turned on its side because it does actually work. These days, the only time I'd ever do that is if the blower broke down and I had a few jobs to finish off and then I was heading home. So you really do need a blower, but you can start off with a weed eater if you want, but you need to get a blower as soon as you can afford it. Now, the big problem with a blower is it's fine on these small jobs, but if you have a driveway or something like that, you've got to blow it lightly. And what I do is the object of the exercise is to blow the lawn mowing clippings away, not to blow off the entire driveway. If you start using the blower going full tilt, if there's leaves and rubbish like that, you'll end up with a totally clean area that's about half a metre wide, and this isn't going to look good either. So go softly. And just remember that your job is to blow away the grass clippings, nothing else. Now, if they ask to get the complete driveway done, then you may struggle with a smaller blower, and a weed eater won't do this job at all. To get this job done with a smaller machine, you'd have to slowly do a piece at a time, and it will take a long time and it'll be hard work. And this is the kind of job you need to charge extra for, and you need a bigger blower. Now, what do you look for in a suitable blower? Now that you have an idea of the kind of job that you want the blower for, it's time to compare machines. And this is a list of what I'd look for in a machine. The first thing is the weight. Now, this is often overlooked, but it's essential for a handheld machine. Now, fortunately, these machines have got lighter over the years. I've got a machine in my garage that still runs, but I bought it in 2010. And I don't use it because it weighs a ton compared to the blowers that I've bought in the last couple of years. Now, if you're just using this machine to go around and clean up after you've finished a job, you're not that worried about the weight of the machine. But if you're doing bigger jobs and you're carrying the machine for a long extended period of time, then that is where you're going to have to go for a larger machine. And you're going to have to look at something like a backpack. They're heavier machines, but they're not so bad to carry because you're carrying it on your back, you're not carrying it in your hand. Another thing is your machine going to be batteries or petrol? Now, a blower requires a lot of energy, and I've found that I always get the best results with a petrol-powered machine at this point in time. However, having said that, some of the electric machines are getting better and better, and there are some available in the States right now that are actually on par with petrol machines. But it's going to be a little while before we see them here in New Zealand. Now, a battery power blower will be fine for domestic and small commercial jobs, but for larger jobs, I'll still lean towards gas at this point in time. You can get larger battery blowers, but they start to get a bit pricey. Now, another thing is that do you want just a blower or a blow and vacuum? Now, a blow and vacuum machine can come in handy if you're going to start doing a bit of leaf work. And most of them have a shredder attachment which will allow you to work longer before your bag fills up. I've never felt the need to purchase one of those machines myself, but if you were cleaning up a lot of leaves on a regular basis, it could be something worth considering. One of the questions I do get asked about blowers is how well do they perform in the wet? Basically, on a wet day, we still use our blowers, but it's more of a token gesture than anything else. Most of the small clippings will stay stuck to the ground. And so you're basically just going around with the blower to get those big pieces off, and you're keeping up appearances. But ironically, if it's raining really hard and you're starting to get water pooling on the surface, then you can actually use a blower and create a bit of a wave and get all the clippings off like that. Not ideal, and really it's going to be a bit of a pain mowing in this weather anyway, but it can be done. What can go wrong with a blower? To be honest, out of all the equipment that I use, the blowers are about the most bulletproof piece of equipment that I have. I have about half a dozen blowers sitting in my garage, and some of them are over 10 years old and they all run. Now, if something goes wrong with the blower, normally it's one of the following. It's the fan. This is easy fixed and you'll know instantly when it happens because you lose power and the machine will make a rattling noise. And this has happened to me a couple of times. And another thing that can happen is the pull start breaks, but then that can happen to any machine with a pull start. Now, another thing that can happen is it doesn't start, and 9 times out of 10, if it doesn't start, a new spark plug will fix that problem. And if you still can't start it, or if it dies while you're using it and you've got plenty of petrol, then one thing that you could do is pull the air filter out, then try using it and see how it runs without the air filter. If it runs fine, then you need to replace the air filter. So how much fuel does a blower use? Blower doesn't use a lot of fuel. I fill up my blower basically on a Monday and it lasts me right through the week, unlike my weed eater, which needs filling each and every day. And also, this is going to depend on the size jobs you're doing. I don't have any jobs where I use the blower to clean entire driveways or anything like that. I just use it to clean up after I've finished, so I don't leave grass around on the job. Now, where do you buy a blower? I would recommend that you buy a blower from a lawn mowing shop that also does repairs. You want to purchase off somebody that can do the warranty work. Now, don't go to the big box shops, because it can be a long wait for your blower back if anything goes wrong, because they don't do their own repairs. They send it to another lawn mowing shop, and normally it's not a high priority job. Another question I get asked is, what is the best brand? I don't find much difference in a lot of the brands. There's no real winner here. However, here in New Zealand, I'd stick to the leading brands like Shindawa, still Husqvarna, and Echo. I personally use Shindawas, but any of these brands would be fine. To be honest, a blower is a blower. So how do you choose the best blower for your lawn mowing business? You decide what you're going to do with the machine. You look for a machine that serves your needs. Consider the weight, the fuel type, the power, and the price. Visit dealers that do repairs on site. Compare machines and purchase the one that suits your business best. It's as simple as that. Now, if you want to reach out and find out what other contractors are using, you can ask in our free Facebook group. You'll find that in the comments. And also, our Lawn Mowing 101 membership is open now, and we teach you how to start and grow a successful lawn mowing business. We teach you how to increase your profits every year without working any harder. And the link is in the first comment below. Now, that's all I'm going to say today. So get out there, mow lawns, have fun, and happy lawn mowing, everyone.